just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. And I don't need you to okay it. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pounds. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown.
They can't take it to 10.
Hey.
Like that. It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Go your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Hello? That's the jag calling. Let me click over real quick to let my jag talk it. I eat it, ooh, Pac-Man. That's the way my neck talking. Right? I ain't never coming back. The way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack my bad, but I'm past that. With an ass back, that's cash. When the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab brown man. When it come back, I'ma give back my bad. When the check hit, the direct hit. I'm glad when the check missed the direct hit. I'm sad like who's that knocking at my window? They say that it's the money, I'm like tenfold. Over and out. That's gon' make you fuck like a limbo. She said she not a, she an. Ooh, why you do that like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jonathan Coachman, and this.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy. The first Super Bowl of the new decade. Super Bowl 54 is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Chargers' all-time passing leader, Phillip Rivers, who's been their starter since 2006, trotting onto the field. And I'll tell you what, he may be just a couple of years from 40, but look back to 2018. Some people were whispering MVP and Rivers in the same breath with what he did in that campaign. Especially impressive in 2 December primetime victories, one against the Steelers, one against the division rival Chiefs. And although things ended not quite how they wanted in the playoffs to New England, Phillip Rivers still feels like he has a lot left in the tank. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Melvin Gordon, the two-time Pro Bowler, and an alley to run. There goes Melvin Gordon, and all the way in for a Charger touchdown. With a first touchdown of this Super Bowl, and a long one at that. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. So a long play for first points in the Super Bowl.
No doubt about it, and what we see here is something that we saw all year long from them. The ability to strike from anywhere on the field. How about the way they got it started in this one?
This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 20. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. He'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Foul, face mask, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 31 yards there and a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. It's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game. It's not necessarily size.
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Marquise Goodwin there to make the grab as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just... No, you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
And here now the offense heading back out there. The Charger drive about to get going. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And it's complete. Henry. There he goes left side. And Henry going to bowl his way in for a Charger touchdown. Hunter Henry, 74 yards. And the Chargers have taken the lead. Extra point by Badgley up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field.
Personal foul.
I'm not sure what this is about.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Well, pass complete here to Sanders. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Always able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. Flushed out right. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
Nice play there to force the incompletion, and to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
It's Coleman here. And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Taking it in from a yard out, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and we are tied at 14. Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And he's taken down inside the 30. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. Gordon, a Pro Bowler for the second time last season, 885 yards, 10 touchdowns, and that was only in 12 games played a season ago. And he also switched jersey numbers in the offseason from 28 to 25, and 25, that's the number he wore when he was dominating the Big Ten college gridiron for the Badgers of Wisconsin. Now they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. These two teams all tied after 1. Charger football to start quarter number 2, as they've got it 2nd and 7. On 2nd and 7, Rivers complete. Hunter Henry with the grab. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 13-yard line. From the red zone now, Rivers. And he's got his man. It's Henry for a Chargers touchdown. Hunter Henry, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl, as his guys are able to regain the lead. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
This fielded at the 2. Then he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. 49ers coming back out here on offense. We mentioned their 8-0 start to the season. They actually broke an 8-game losing streak to the Cardinals when they defeated them.
8-game losing streak?
Yeah, they lost. Emmanuel Sanders. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes. The Charger drive about to get going. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown.
Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good, and they were good again there. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Chargers coming back out here offensively, and this is a Charger crew that really a lot of people had left for dead a few short weeks ago. And now you look after week 9, all of a sudden they're 4-5 and 2 straight wins after being 2-5. So with the win over Green Bay, very convincing 26-11 victory. Do we need to revisit our expectations for the Chargers?
Well, this is the normal Chargers push, isn't it? At some point during the season, it feels like the Chargers get hot. Sometimes it culminates in a playoff appearance, as it did last year. Sometimes they fall just a bit short, but it doesn't surprise me at all. They usually get off to rocky starts, and they finish so strong. And frankly, 2 straight wins over Chicago and Green Bay should be 3 straight wins because of that fumble at the goal line against Tennessee.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. He already had the 1 fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the...
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Marquise Goodwin, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead now up to 14. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only 1 play to score it. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Rivers, he leads to Eckler on the draw, and they see right through that defensively, as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Rivers. And caught by Henry. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Well, Charles, let's take a quick peek back to Week 9. We saw the first win for the Dolphins, first loss for the Patriots. So what we're left with is one 8-0 team, the 49ers, and one 0-8 team in the Bengals. So what happens first, a Bengals win or a 49ers loss?
Ooh, that's a very intriguing question, isn't it? And you really don't like this race because the Bengals, you're hoping to actually get a win and get off the schneid. But look, Cincinnati, they got Baltimore, at Oakland, Pittsburgh, and the Jets. San Francisco gets Seattle, Arizona, Green Bay, at Baltimore. I'm going to go that San Francisco loses a game before Cincinnati wins one.
I agree. That's a tough stretch coming up for San Francisco.
And the funny part is Arizona just played them tough last Thursday night. They've got them again. They're the type of team that can really mess up a team season.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Tevin Coleman, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And we spotlight Keenan Allen as he gets set to go back to work. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well, and they're really excited that he has no catches, but they're also worried because a lot of times, just like the ticking time bomb, the longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. A first down throw here for Rivers. Uncorks one for Davis. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 25 yards that time.
Here we go.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. And that'll bring up second down. Garoppolo now. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Got him in. He finds Sanders. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Emmanuel Sanders, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let.
Cushion, this half has been theirs. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And a route is on here in this first half. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. It's Williams on the catch. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the gun, Rivers. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. To throw again on 2nd down. Rivers. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Again, it's Rivers. He's got a man. It's Williams. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So we've reached, the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half. The halftime show, quite a spectacle, but it's back to football for the second half of Super Bowl 53. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. It's a run by Coleman to start the third quarter. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
But he breaks through another tackle. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. A first down run, not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there, so that'll bring up 2nd and 9. They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 18 yards, first down Niners. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. On 3rd down, a run from Breida. Still churning. And I'll tell you, the effort's sensational, but he may have come up a foot or so short of the line he needed. It's a 5-yard pickup, but spotted a few chain links short of the first, so a little bit of decision time here coming up on 4th down. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
Let's go, Ford. Let's go.
Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. And this is going to be 49er football. He's at the 30. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good, and they were good again there. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He's going to sling this deep down. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play gets him across mid 10. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him and a Charger first down. And he's the guy, Mike Williams, that the Chargers took 7th overall a couple of years ago. Battled injuries as a rookie, but in finding the end zone, 10 of those 43 catches went for touchdowns. Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Throwing Rivers. He completes it to Henry. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a 2nd down throw for Rivers. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he will not get what he needed as he stopped short of the first down at around the 22. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
Here's Emmanuel Sanders now as he and the rest of the offense march back onto the field. Glancing down at the stat sheet, and we've been tracking it, but you get a 100-yard game, you're really happy. You're over 200 like he is. You probably want that ball after this game, don't you?
You want that one. You want to continue to call the same plays. In any other game you play, you're having one of those magical performances that just never want to end. And you know something? Your fellow receivers, they get those clenched grins right now.
This is caught inside the 15. Garoppolo able to find Goodwin for a big one. 55 yards.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 11 yards there, first down. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident.
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Marquise Goodwin with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and the lead will swell by 1 more. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Rivers now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Throwing, Rivers. Going underneath for Gordon. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. It's a gain of 11 and a first down L.A. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. To throw is Rivers. Looking sideline. Incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 11 yards there, first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Rivers again. Caught by Allen. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Rivers with a 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Now Rivers. He'll get this to Eckler. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And he is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers are able to at least knock this deficit down a bit. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. They're the 49ers getting set to trot out there. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance,
it's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake. Extra point by McGloin.